So the 2024 facelift Ford Puma ST, this car is now available to order, and I'm just going to show you a bit of a walk around. I've seen this car in person, go through some of the details and that new infotainment, which is exactly what you can see here. Yeah, just to give you an idea, it's a really popular car in the UK. So yeah, let's go for it basically. Yeah, as you can see from this walk around from a dealer, subtle changes is what I'm going to say, and I'll go through the exact models that you can get in order today because it's such a popular vehicle in the UK. And yeah, that infotainment is the new big thing. I've had a play with it up in person as well, and I'll leave a video up there for that. And yeah, subscribe if you want to see future content. 6-speed manual in this particular car. They all now have sort of like a derivative of the 1-litre EcoBoost engine. It's obviously essentially a jumped up Fiesta. That's what the Puma is, and very, very popular in the UK. And you can kind of see why. There's news about a potential electric Puma coming in 2025 potentially. As that video kind of ends, we'll go through quite a few of the images. Yeah, it's like I'm always in two minds with like SUVs like this. They're obviously popular and they're obviously very useful for families. I mean, there's lots for sale here. And yeah, we can go through kind of all the images and just sort of see what the car is like. Nip and tuck at kind of like the front is kind of the main sort of part of things. Also, as you kind of scroll through, yeah, variety of nice colours. It's small, it's nimble. I believe they changed some of the designs of the wheels as well. And the front end has kind of changed slightly too. But it is quite hard to tell the difference unless you go inside and look at the infotainment. That's the part where it's kind of like, well, that's what looks, well, yeah, that's the part that really does impose you. And I kind of felt when I was up in person with it, and we'll kind of skip to an image of it, it felt like it was kind of stuck on, and it almost felt like part of the dash was being blocked from the windscreen. And obviously this is going to affect people coming from the previous generation Puma. I do like automatic tailgate release. That's really useful. Again, it just works. Pan roof kind of adds to the premium quality for your Puma. They're very, very nice. This is the big change. So you've got the new sort of wheel. It's a bit more like a square wheel. I didn't have any issues with it. This car in particular is an automatic, but you can get them in a manual too, manual handbrake. And okay, there's the best image you got. Now, when I saw this up in person, I was a bit like, wow. I think without actually having driven the car, which is what I would like to do soon, the new facelift Puma that is, I'll reserve judgment, but I just felt this bit at the top was just, for me, blocking a bit of the screen. And it just felt like it was like a stuck-on square that they've just kind of put on. So a little bit confusing, but it's subjective. So let me know in the comments what you guys kind of think about this. And yeah, if you have any questions of what I kind of felt when I was sort of playing around with it, if I haven't mentioned it in this video, just let me know, because it is a community channel. And yeah, subscribe and check back on previous content, because if you like this, you might like other stuff too. Yeah, so that's that. And you've got the screen obviously just in front of the steering wheel as well. Actually quite nice and airy through there. Yeah, quite nice. And yeah, that's the big change. And I'll show you the old infotainment, and actually when you do kind of see the old one, you'll kind of think like, oh yeah, this is very similar to what they have on like the Focus. They've just sort of implemented it now, and I really enjoyed that system. I thought it was really, really good. I've driven like a Focus STs and stuff. It looks good. It works well. Yeah, that's how I feel. And a few buttons at the bottom as well, like volume buttons and bits. So they haven't gone completely the other side, but it's trying to improve things. You always got your Android Auto, your Apple CarPlay, and that's what you're kind of paying for. Yeah, this is basically exactly the same as the system I've spent a lot of time playing around with. I've driven so many Focus STs, which is what this car came into first. Oh, it looks like the Sydney Opera House. Very nice. Yeah, and then you've got the sport mode, eco mode, normal mode, slippery mode. So yeah, mandatory in the UK basically. All the cars are front wheel drive. All the cars range from sort of like 100 PS to upwards to 170 for the 1-litre EcoBoost Puma ST. There's no longer a 1.5 in this facelift. So if you see a 1.5, you got the pre-facelift. You haven't got this digital dials. You haven't got that. Which, if it's taken from the Focus, it's had time to sort of understand itself. And so, sometimes I found it a bit laggy. that was just what I kind of felt. You know, I'm always going to be transparent on here. But this is the old shape Puma, even though it's the 1 litre hybrid, which you can get on the facelift. And I mean, you tell me the difference from the outside. It's very minimal. I love that paint. Very, very nice. I'll stop clicking on the mouse and just go through it through here. But the big part, as we kind of go through this, and feel free to pause if you want to see any of these images a bit more in detail. We'll scroll through, and we should get a nice one of the infotainments. And for me, I have driven this exact car, by the way, on my channel. I'll leave the link up above for that. I very much enjoyed it. Here's the old stuff. So you get the Recaro seats. So this is a full-on, not Recaro seats, Ford Performance seats. Recaro have actually gone bust now as a company, a seat provider. So yeah, that's specific for the ST, which will be in the facelift. There's the old stuff. So the wheel is a lot more fat and chunky, but it's essentially the same as what's in a Focus. And I actually quite like the wheel, just being honest. It's either that wheel or it's, let's get a picture of the wheel for this, or that wheel. Make up your mind. That or that. Left or right. Which one do you prefer? Because you're going to be sitting there at this car. That's the thing. This is what you're going to see. you know, you don't... It's other people to see the aesthetics on the outside. That's what you kind of get to deal with. I quite like the wheel, and some of, you know, I did find it a bit laggy, but, you know, I never owned a car. I just drove a lot of cars from lovely subscribers, actually. This is the part where I'm like, okay, look at that. And this is a top of the range car. That's a tiny little screen. It's functional. It's got buttons. It does the job. Nothing wrong with it. But when you compare it to this version, this is a lot more technologically advanced. And actually, it's why I'd probably almost say go for a Focus before they will stop making that car potentially in the future. That's kind of like the difference. And then we've got some still images. It's hard to tell the difference. But, you know, if you've got one, let me know how you're kind of getting on with it, getting on with the tech inside the Puma, because that's what they've done. They're trying to revitalise this. This is going to be the last iteration before the Ford Puma goes fully electric, because Ford needs to get on the electric bandwagon and fast. Otherwise, they're going to get fined quite a lot by the government legislations and bits. A few more cars in black, which looks quite nice, with those nice little wheels. A bit of an idea of what like the camera is, and yeah, the improvements of what you're getting. And yeah, that's kind of shown there. It is a good system. I liked it in the Focus. Got a red one. Looks very special. It's always nice to see a car which is actually kind of like real. And all these cars are for sale. If you just go brand new on Auto Trader, you can see them. But I don't know. And apologies if I'm going too quickly through the images. It's only because I don't really notice too much difference. Personally, there's that 1 litre engine. Some people have a bad rap about it. I've owned, what have I owned? 2 1.6 EcoBoosts. My dad had a 1.5 EcoBoost. My ex she had a 1 litre EcoBoost and a 1.6, you know, and we didn't have any issues. You know, I think it's just the way you look after it. But I have heard, particularly because it's a 3-cylinder, if you absolutely cane it and rev it out, it's probably going to have some issues. But anyway, this is a brand new car. It's going to have warranty and stuff. Yeah, very classy. There you go. But that top bit on the dash there, I wasn't too keen on. It's like you can just imagine a robot just coming in and just putting it in. It's all designed to be as easily done. But is it good for the consumer? You guys looking with your eyes. That's up to you to decide, and you have to let us know. Let us know in the comments, because people will check back on this video, they'll look at the comments, and then they'll go, you know what, I'm not going to go for facelift, I'm going to stick for a pre-facelift, or I'm going to go for a different car entirely. Yeah, that's what I would think. It is still the best-selling car in the UK, which kind of makes sense. Small, nimble, practical, raised ride height, more comfortable because it's got more suspension travel, which is helpful on the UK roads. We'll find another picture. All these cars are around the 30k mark. That's quite a nice black. And you can get them really stylish as well. Like you can get like chrome around the outside. I've seen a few go knocking around and I'm like, with pan roof, yeah, that's a pretty nice car. But on Ford's website, this is just to give you an up-to-date, and I'm filming this on the 13th of August, 2024. You can get the titanium model. This is the facelift. I'm fairly sure this is the facelift. I'm going to triple check by actually configuring one and looking inside quickly, because I don't want to end up configuring a pre-facelift one, which they've got from stock. Nope, so this is the facelift, so that's good. So, 4 models to choose from. Titanium, as you can see just below my face there, 25,800. Titanium comes with the LED projector headlamps, LED rear lamps, power adjustable door mirrors and manually folding function, rear privacy glass, quick clear heated screen, works well in the winter, body colour rear spoiler. Then you go from the Titanium to the ST line, which is 26,700. Obviously prices wise, it's a Ford, you can probably get discounts. 17-inch wheels with machined finish, LED protector lamps and LED daytime running lamps, LED rear lamps, power fold heated door mirrors with puddle lamps, rear privacy glass, quick clear heated screen. ST Line X, you can see it's got a different shape. It's got 18-inch alloy wheels, 28,250. So you're paying more. Basically, it's exactly the same, except you're getting those bigger wheels. You're paying an extra nearly £2,000. Then you get the full-on ST, which has the 19-inch wheels, matrix LED headlamps, and that's pretty much it. More powerful 1-litre engine. For this particular, what's the most popular one? Titanium's probably not a bad shout. Let's start with the Titanium. Engine-wise, listen, you can get the 1-litre, 125 PS, 6-speed manual, mild hybrid. It's an MHEV, so you just fill it up with petrol, but it's got a bit of a, obviously, electric-y type hybrid ability. Then you've got the 7-speed automatic with 125 PS. Then you've got the 7-speed automatic with 155 PS. So there you go. It's looking like it's pushing you towards the automatic. Manuals on Fords tend to be better than autos on Fords. I'm just saying. You've got a Gate Black, 800 quid. Desert Island Blue, 800 quid. Cactus Grey, 800 quid. Fantastic Red, 800 quid. Solar Silver, £800. And Frozen White is £0. So if you see a white one, they've gone for a base spec, basically. and all the other ones look like they're metallic, I believe. Kind of options. Interior, one style interior. Panoramic roof will cost you £1,000. Driver assistance pack, which gives you adaptive cruise control. Evasive steering. Blind spot is £950. Glare-free matrix LED headlamps, which is £800. Winter pack, which is heated seats, heated steering wheel. Comfort pack, which is a power lift tailgate, which I said was good. Contrast painted black roof is £500. Spare wheel is £200. Detachable tow bar £500. And a few mats and things as well to go along with it all. And then there's your summary. That is essentially the Titanium. You can get the ST line and the ST line X. I'll briefly show you the full-on ST because that's probably going to be the most expensive one you can get to. And that essentially is the only one with a different engine. So it's a 1-litre engine, but it's 170. So it's just got a bit of an extra kick. 7.4 seconds to 60. Yeah, I found it quick enough. It does look good. All the same options, all the same prices. Yeah, there's the car. No 1.5 though, so it's obviously not as grunty as that car. Exactly the same prices. Oh, ST handling pack. Oh, wow. ST handling pack. ST handling pack gives you 19-inch wheels, KW coilover suspension, illuminated front scuff plates, round steering wheel, contrast painted roof. So the wheel changes. And you get the contrast painted roof, which is £500 anyway, for £1,050. Now that's something new to the Puma. They've never had the manually adjustable coilovers. I didn't even know that existed. The ST handling pack. That's a big thing to learn. I'm going to add that. I'm glad I found that. Oh yeah, so you don't have to have that other part as part of it. I wonder what it changes inside. Once we change that, we can't really see any pictures of it. Yeah, because it says it changes the steering wheel to a round steering wheel, didn't it? But it's just got the wheels. It just says unique 19-inch alloy wheels, which is them. Look quite nice. KW coilover suspension, illuminated front scuff plates, round steering wheel, contrast painted black roof for £1,000. But it doesn't really give you an idea. I'm gonna try and find that and do a video specifically on you. What do you think? Do you think it's something worth getting? You know, it's a tricky one, isn't it? With facelift models. I'm just gonna try and find. There's a video. Yeah, I'll end it on the video here, which is just a little bit of an idea of the Puma, just a walk around essentially. I think it's sort of hosted by Vicky Butler Henderson. She's sort of talking about it, and yeah, you get to see my head in the corner. I'm obviously more into the performance related cars, so to have, say, the Puma with the adjustable suspension, that's pretty cool. And for only £1,000, I'd go for that. And you get if you didn't like the steering wheel, you could have that. I think that's quite a cool option. As for the other aspects of the Puma, the big changes in the facelift is the fact you got a bit of nip and tuck here and there on the front end, but it's that whole feeling of whether or not you like that infotainment. And if it's, Ford often have quite dated infotainments, and they tend to long them out quite a long time because they model so well. They kept the Mark 7's Fiesta's infotainment for way too long, well up to like 2017. And it was like a 2010 infotainment or something. So it's good to be a bit more up to date. And potentially this could be the last before you then go into the electric one if you still want the Puma. Obviously you've got all that sort of like special box like stuff to sort of put your bits in, the boot load, you put your boots in. There's a bit more of that, Hey, Vicky seems to like it, so there you go. The 7-speed, it wasn't like the best automatics. The best automatic I've driven of a Ford was on a Focus ST, but it's a different gear, it's a different automatic to these. These are a little bit more, don't expect the world out of them. It's a shame the higher powered models don't have manuals, but I believe it just probably wouldn't work properly with the power with the hybrid or something. That's why you can only get the manual in sort of the lower spectrum. Let me know what you think in the comments and get involved. It's a community channel. What do you think about the new Puma? And if you want to see the video, which essentially is me walking around it in person, click. It'll be somewhere below me. And just to give you a bit more of an impression feel, because I sort of had a touch and a play around with all of it. So that's the main part there. But thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more. And have a good one.